Hello there, Andre here from Peak Motorcycles. As you can see, I'm back in the garage today and I'm just recording a very short video for how to fit this headlamp cover to the headlamp of my Honda CRF300 Rally. This won't fit the CRF300L because that's just got the smaller, almost square-shaped headlamp that's either a standard filament or an LED, depending on where you are in the world. So this really is to cover the bug-eyed two-lens headlamp on a Honda CRF300 Rally. So for those of you who've watched some of my videos will know that I quite often weigh components just to see if I'm adding or taking weight away. In this case, there's no headlamp guard that comes as standard, so I am just adding weight. This might seem like it's a little bit unnecessary. However, I know how much those LED headlamps cost, and they are several £100s. That's if you can even get one. And if you're someone like me who's still quite new to trail riding, then you end up following people quite often, and the closer you follow them, the more you notice that rocks are getting kicked up in the air, and all it's going to take is one well-placed rock to land squarely on the headlamp, and I'm going to have a big repair bill. So my thinking is that if I fit this guard in front of the headlamp, then even if that does happen, then it will be protected. So the headlamp itself has come from Bikerzbits in Thailand, and it was sold as an H2C component, and those of you who've seen my other videos will know that H2C is Honda's accessory brand, and all of the H2C bits I've had so far have fitted the bike perfectly. And this one has been very lightly laser etched with the words Kitaco, so I don't know if they're making them on behalf of Honda H2C or if this is actually just a Kitaco part that happens to fit the bike. As you can see, it looks like it's been laser cut from 1mm thick steel, so it's not particularly heavy, and I think it will sit fairly flush on top of the headlamp when it's on there. It also won't obscure the light beam very much, so hopefully all will be well. So this is what comes in the pack. I've actually put it just on the bag that it came in because black on black's a bit difficult to see. There's these two side brackets also cut from 1mm thick steel. There's a little bag of nuts and bolts, and then there are these instructions which, unless your tie is a lot better than mine, probably won't make a great deal of sense, but thankfully the pictures seem to be fairly straightforward, and much of you can see on there, and it shows how this just mounts onto the indicator bracket and then bolts onto the edge. So that's it really. Doesn't look like there's a great deal to it. There's just one step first of all to remove these three bolts, so that's just a 5mm Allen wrench, so I'm going to go and take those out first. Then I'll assemble this together. I think I'll put the side pieces on first and then the rest should just bolt in. So it should be a very quick video. Here goes. So the two bolts I have to remove there's one like this on each side on the indicator mount, and then the one in the middle, and this is just a 5mm hex wrench to take that off. And actually these don't seem to be mounted to anything. I'm not actually sure what that's holding in place. Oh yeah, it is holding that bracket. So this is the lower bolt that's holding the windscreen in place. So these windscreen bolts, I don't know if you can see that on there, it has this very fine fibre washer just on there, you see that? So you just got to make sure that one goes back in there. It's pretty easy to tell, as the other ones are these very stubby black bolts that look a bit like that. Hopefully that will pick that up on the camera. And then the only other one is on this side, which I won't move the camera to, but you can believe me, it's coming off. So that's those three bolts removed. So this is all the mounting hardware that came with it. I've got these 4 short bolts, 2 medium-sized ones and 1 long ones. Then there's a washer for every single one. There's 2 small spacers and 1 big spacer. And these broadly map onto here as being, the single one is the middle one, which then also has the big spacer. There's 2 that go on each side, so this is the four short ones for mounting the brackets. And the 2 medium-sized ones go through with a smaller spacer onto the side. Now, one thing that these did come with is just these standard nuts, which I'm sure I could put some thread lock on. But actually, with the vibration on the bike, I don't really want this guard coming off, so I've actually got some of my own nylock stainless nuts that I'm going to put on instead. So assembly looks pretty straightforward. I've got these side arms which need to go on just like that. A short bolt, then that goes through the guard, through the bracket, and then on. So I'm going to do this bit fast. And to do these up, it is a 3mm hex wrench to go in the top, and then it is an 8mm socket to go on the bottom. That is one side in place, exactly the same on the other side. Okay, so that's all the all the off-the-bike assembly. As you can see, we've just got these two brackets on. There's a bit of flex in there to fit over the top. So now I just need to fit the middle one and then these two side ones, and we should be all done. So the one that goes on here, which is this one, actually replaces the previous one that was on, but I do have to reuse that washer that I pointed out when I took it off. So the way this goes on is that the washer goes on the back, then the spacer, and then the bolt with a washer on it goes through from the front. So that's the bolt with the washer, and then onto the back of that I'm going to thread the spacer and then the fibre washer to protect the screen. So that all goes on like that. So I'm just going to do that up lightly to begin with, just because I think that I need to have a little bit of movement to be able to fit the side pieces in. And if you can see that, this side piece, I basically need to put a spacer in around the back of there. If you can see that, I need to put a spacer in around the back, and that's because there is this indentation where the previous bolts had gone in. So that is just going to go into that hole. That goes on top. So that was actually surprisingly easy to fit. I just need to do one more on the other side, and then that's all done. So it's exactly the same on this side. Just popping the spacer into that hole and then putting the bolt through. The spacer into the hole, and then it's a washer that goes on. And then just put that through and onto that. And then just to finish, I'm just going to tighten up the centre one. So there we go. So that's holding the screen in place and the guard is on. Now, if I'm honest, when I look at that, it does actually look like it comes up a little bit too far here. And these could have even been rounded off to suit the bike a bit better. But having said that, I guess anything that glances off that, it's also going to protect the windscreen as well as the headlamp itself. So hopefully it's a good thing. That's it. That's my video of how to install a H2C headlamp guard to a Honda CRF300 Rally. Hope it's been interesting and useful. If it has, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.